Okay, we're back here with the Pickguard material. This is black, white, black, white. I think it's it's 130 thousandths thick. Pretty stiff, just a little bit thicker than the last original Pickguard that was on this. This is, I think, a 010 or something. So, or 110. This is, what I'm going to do is I've transposed this Pickguard shape onto this board here, and I added this little extra pieces. This is where the switches will go for the new sustainer. I'm going to take this over to the bandsaw. I'm going to cut it out, and I want to get this piece right here because I'm going to make a little section of here added on to this Pickguard, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I do it. I'm going to use this as my template to route out this Pickguard exactly as this shape is. Okay. I'm back from the bandsaw after cutting this shape out now, and then so when I was telling you that I wanted to save that little piece out of here, this is the piece that I cut, and I attached it to the original Pickguard. This is it, and I double stick taped it on both sides here. Put my light tack sign maker's tape on there and stick my double stick tape on here. Probably a little more than I may need, but I don't want it to move in when I'm using it as a template, so to be a router. So I'm going to set this on here right about perfect, you know. So perfect would be good. Take my time to get it right. It's all plenty good. Make sure that I press it down real good. I'm going to now take a laminate router with a laminate bit on it that has a bearing, and the bearing will ride along the edge of this original, and it'll cut it exactly as the other one. So it's going to be great. And then I'll cut this is going to be an original hole for the humbucker here. I'm going to take this, and then when I get to that point, I'm going to take it off and slide this up and put it into position and use this as my router guide for the sustainer magnetic pickup. So, you know, transfer all the holes exactly where they're supposed to also be, and we'll be good. So I'm ready to do this now. I've got this all stuck together. Originally I was going to use a laminate router, like with a bearing bit, and put it into my laminate router and try and run it around here. And the way the bearing is on the top of the thing, it would have been a pretty difficult thing. I wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing as well. So I decided to put this bit here in my router table that I made. I have my router mounted underneath the bit here, and it does a really good job. I can show you a real quick thing here as it goes. As you can see, it cuts it really clean. It's like perfect along the edges here. It's exactly what the old Pickguard was going to be. I'm going to turn on the vacuum here because it goes all over if I don't. So I'm going to do a little bit and show you how it's done. Here you see I have a 7/64 bit in here, and I'm just going to transpose all of the pickguard screw holes. That's how I'm going to follow them out where they go. Okay, so a little explanation of what I had to do here. I was getting ready to put this beveled edge on here that you see on all the pickguards, so you can actually see the black, white, black, so it looks nice. But what I had to do, there was a small gap between the bearing and the cutting edge of the bit itself. So what I had to do is I had to actually build it. I spaced it out a little bit. I put a spacer, 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch plywood, used my pickguard as a template, and just cut it with a flush bearing bit, which also had a little gap in between there. So I was able to cut this, make it go around here. So now I have a perfect template made out of wood, which gives me a little thicker size to run the bearing across. And it also, when I go to cut the bearing, or cut the bevel on the pickguard, I will have this spacing, and it'll be perfect for my cutter here. So I've done this. I'm getting ready to change this bit now, and we'll go from there, and I'll show you how that's done. Well, after a little test run, I did a little test on this small piece of laminate here and I realized the bit that I had in the router the bevel wasn't quite a 45, it was 22.5. It's good for laminating on the edge of a countertop, but it wasn't really good for what I'm looking for. By using the 45-degree bit, you get a lot more of the bevel look, and you see more of the black, white, and it really looks better. So with the right combination of the bearings, with the bit being in the router table at the right height, and then lowering my, not having a gap in between here, because had I had that done, it would have made the template would have changed the size of it, and it would have been wrong. So, but after doing this and cutting it and finally getting all the combinations right, it ended up being an absolutely perfect fit. We're going to very little or no cleanup on there here after this. So I'm getting ready to put this pickguard. This pickguard was considered done now, so I'll take the template off of it. We're good to go. It's just double stick taped on here. Clean all my edges up. Whatever I have to do, I have to sharpen these corners here so it'll fit properly where the neck block will fit in there. So other than that, we're ready to go.